Welcome to Farm Charm Chic. I'm Emily. Today's video is full of Dollar Tree Easter DIYs for you. These are some of my favorite DIYs and they all center around at least one item from Dollar Tree. I think you're really going to enjoy these. It's also part of an Easter collaboration. I'll tell you a little bit more about that as we get into the video. But if you like crafting, DIYs, dupes, hacks, thrift flips, or just creating in general, I would love if you would consider subscribing and becoming my crafting BFF. If you do like any of today's projects, remember to hit that thumbs up, but let's go make some DIYs. This bunny is absolutely adorable. This was a Pinterest dupe that I had. These are 3 of the Dollar Tree wooden pallets. You could easily use one of their crates. I just like the size of the pallets. And then I am using these little wooden squares that come in a package of like 5 or 6. You're just going to paint your bunny whatever color you want. I chose white, and then I'm using 4 craft sticks. I'm using 2 of the jumbo size and then 2 of just the normal bigger size. And I paint the 2 big ones white and then the 2 ones for the inner ear pink. And then I just cut a little teeny triangle out of one of the craft sticks for the cute little nose. And I just used the back of my little sponge tool to do the eyes. So now on the ears, I'm just gluing the white part on first. I just used a little bit of hot glue, possibly use some wood glue. Mine's held up just fine though with just the hot glue on there. You just have to hold them in place until it completely dries and they seem pretty secure. And then I glued the inner part of the ear on. Look how cute. I just think this looks so cute. So of course I always have to decide, do I want to make this as a Mrs. Easter Bunny or a Mr. Easter Bunny? Did I want it to be the little bow to be the whiskers? I ultimately decided to have it be its cute little bow tie. Now I'm just going around all of the edges with some antiquing wax to kind of give that the farmhouse feel, and look at how absolutely darling he is. I just love this and it is such a fun Easter DIY. I hope you give this one a try. Today's video is part of an Easter collaboration. I am so excited to see the different DIYs that these talented creators have made for you. What this means for you is that in my description box and pinned at the top of my comments is going to be a link to a playlist. All you have to do is click on that and it's just going to take you right over to the playlist where you can see all of the fun Easter inspiration that is waiting for you. This is hosted by Liana at Liana DIY, and our guest this month is Craftastic DIYs. I'm going to have a link to both of their channels down in my description box as well, so make sure you check them out. Say hello to all of the wonderful creators. We have Lori Bly DIY, DIY with Amber, and Lovely Moments Creating as well. And they are all so talented. You guys are going to love them. So just make sure you click that playlist link and it'll take you right over there. Let's get right back into the DIYs. This little picket fence came from Dollar Tree and it is so cute, and I was trying to come up with the perfect project to do with it, and I absolutely love how this turns out. So I do just paint all of the little picket fence here with some chalk paint, and I paint it white, and I'm careful just to get in between all of the little edges and all the little creases. And then I take this little chick that came from a package of like 6 or 8 or something from Dollar Tree, and I just paint it all yellow. And I thought it would be so cute to kind of put this little chick on my little picket fence. So I just take a tumbling tower block so I can prop that chick out just a little bit. That would be totally optional, but what I'm going to do is take some reindeer moss and I am going to glue it all along the bottom of the picket fence so it looks like the chick is kind of standing in some grass against the fence. So I just use hot glue to place that down. Just be careful not to burn your fingers when you're doing this part, just because you know, it is moss that you're putting there, and if you push down too hard that glue will seep up. So you can wear finger protectors or anything, but I just take little pieces of that and I just glue it all along the bottom there. I just want to let you guys know that I absolutely appreciate and love all of the support that you have given me. And if you do like what you're seeing in the video, remember to hit that like button. And if you're new here, welcome. Consider subscribing. I would love to have you join the Farm Charm Chic family. We love to have lots of fun and do fun DIYs here. So I do glue that little chick down, and then I take just a little bit more of that reindeer moss and kind of put it around the little feet there. And then you could even go as far as doing like a little orange on its little legs and like its beak or anything like that. I just kind of made it a little bit simple and kind of liked, I was afraid honestly I was going to mess it up. So I just kind of left it how it was. But I thought, and you could do this easily before you put that little chick down, but I just distressed the fence here. So I just went with a chip brush and I was kind of heavy in places. I really wanted it to just kind of look like a little shabby, you know, like it was a little farm fence. And I took the end of a paintbrush in some black paint and made a little eye on our little chick there, and thought it would be so cute to do a little twine bow around its neck. So I do take a piece of one of the paint sticks and cut off, and I kind of sanded the edges to round it off there. I painted it with some antiquing wax, and then I cut out the word chirp to put on there. I thought that was so cute to have this little chick. He's just trying to tell us something and all we can understand is chirp, but He's probably saying Happy Easter or something like that. Anyway, I thought he was just really cute. This is perfect for a little cute tiered tray, or again, just something to set on a shelf somewhere in your house. I just thought it was really unique and super cute. But what do you think about this little chick? So I have tried this technique before and I absolutely love it. We are going to print on some tissue paper. So I'm cutting just a normal piece of tissue paper to be just smaller than a regular size piece of copy paper. And I'm going to put that shiny, smooth side of the tissue paper down towards the paper and then just tape down all sides with whatever tape you have. I just have painter's tape on hand there. But you just want to make sure all the tissue paper is taped down, and you'll feed it through your printer just like normal paper, and the image prints right on the tissue paper. Now, as I'm cutting this out, I just want to let you know that the ink will kind of bleed through to that copy paper, so just be aware of that. I found this darling little flower bucket at Dollar Tree this week, so hopefully you'll be able to find them. But I thought it would be fun to give this a really cute pastel blue color for spring, and I'm going to make some faux rust. So I use baking soda along with like a brown color, like a truffle. I use Merlot, a little bit of yellow, and then like the pumpkin orange. And I just get a mixture of all these colors going together and keep adding baking soda, which gives it texture, until I get the color that I think resembles rust the most. You want to be very sparing with the yellow, but I promise you the yellow is what makes this, because when you look at things that actually rust, it will have like the different variations of colors. So once I get this on my brush, which it's quite thick because of the baking soda, I just kind of dab it in. You can see how I'm going all over there. And you just do that until your heart's content with how much rust you want on your project. Now with this tissue paper, I'm just taking a brush with some water and going around the design. And then I will just lightly pull apart the tissue paper to kind of give it a torn look. So instead of a clean cut line with scissors, it's kind of more torn and like natural looking. Now using matte Mod Podge, I'm just putting a layer down on my bucket where I want the front to be, and just kind of do a very thin layer of it. And then you're going to take and I'm just spreading it so it's even. You're going to take your image and you're just going to lightly press it down starting in the middle, and then just lightly press, because the tissue paper will tear once it gets a little bit of moisture on it. So you're just going to lightly press. And if there's any bubbles, you just kind of lightly smooth those out. This is very sped up of how I did that. So just know you're going to work a little slow. And then I take the matte Mod Podge, and right now I'm just going around the edges to make sure the edges are all down. And then after I have that, I will go over very lightly with a very light coat of Mod Podge over the design. And then to make that image kind of blend in a little more, I take and dry brush some of the original blue color over the top of the design. Now, if you did this on a white bucket, if you'd painted it white, that image would completely disappear and you would not be able to see the part of the tissue paper at all. And it picks it up kind of in the light on camera, the tissue paper, but honestly, when you're looking at it with like your naked eye, you can hardly see that it's tissue paper. But I love this design. I just threw some of my peonies left over from one of my wreath projects and put in there, and I think this looks so beautiful. That rust looks so natural to me. It looks like it's been sitting out in your garden like all winter long. You forgot to bring it in and it just kind of rusted. I just think it's so spring and so cute, and I love this color. Let me know what you guys think about that rust down in the comments, if you like it or if you're not a fan. Are you guys on Instagram? If you are, I would love if you would come and find me. I am Farm Charm Chic over there. I'll leave a link down in my description box so you can easily find me. But come and see what I'm working on. I post there quite a bit. I like to show you things that I'm working on, or when I have videos ready. It's just another place to stay in touch. So if you do come find me, remember to send me a DM and say hi, because I do love meeting new friends. I am making a really cute layered sign here, and this little wood round came in a pack of 3 or 4 of them from Hobby Lobby, and it just costs, when you buy it on sale, it ends up only being $3 or $4 for all 3 of them. And I'm just staining both sides with some antiquing wax, and you kind of see I'm very liberal when I put it on, and then just kind of wipe it off with a baby wipe. You could use a brush. You can stain this to be how dark or how light you want, but I just wanted a nice, good, like dark wood piece behind everything. So for the very top layer that I'm using this cute little bunny that I got at Dollar Tree, and the edges are always so rough on these that I go around and I sand the edges first, and then I'm just giving this a complete coat of white chalk paint, and then to bring out the little definitions of this cute little bunny shape, I am just going around with some antiquing wax to highlight those areas. This is one of my most favorite types of signs to make. This is I make these signs all the time for my house, and I get so many compliments on them whenever I do them on my channel. Everybody loves how they look, and they are so fun to do. So I'm just cutting a little piece of styrofoam there to glue to the back of the bunny, and then I am going to glue it onto this wood sign, and then we're going to make some magic happen here. So using a couple sprigs or picks from Dollar Tree, and then I have this whole bag of like leftover pieces that I collect as I'm done using things that I'm pulling out to use for this. I'm just going to layer florals all the way around this thing to look like it's just poking out from underneath this bunny. So if I have like 4 of a particular type, you can kind of see how I do like top, bottom, and sides, and then I go off center, and you're just going to work your way around the whole shape of whatever you're using for your centerpiece, and you're just going to keep sticking in evenly around all the different florals. This is so fun because you can add your colors here that you want to use, and like I'm just kind of doing more purples here, and you can use like whatever your favorite flowers are or just greenery. You could even do, if you didn't want to go as far as sticking all these different ones around, you could easily put like a wreath behind. I've just had a hard time sometimes getting the wreaths to stick, and so that's why I ended up doing this method right here, and just keep going around until it looks great to you. Now I'm taking this piece of rope from Dollar Tree, and I wanted to make a tag for the back, but as I was unraveling it to get a little strand of it, I thought that all the little pieces of it would make a cute bow. And so I'm going back and forth deciding if I want a Mrs. or a Mr. You'll have to wait and see what I choose there. But I take a piece of that rope and I just tie it off to make the little hanger there, and then use a lot of hot glue on the back. And then using this pitberry, you can kind of see down in the corner the roll of that I got at Hobby Lobby. It is going to last me a very long time. I bought pink and yellow. Buy it when it's 50% off. It's going to last you forever. And I am just taking this off and sticking those down in, the pink and the yellow, and kind of every other one, if that makes sense. I go with that method of doing like 2 on the sides, 1 on the top, and then turn it and kind of go on the corners there. So that way it looks like it's even all the way around. And it's wired, so I did just wrap it around like a pencil or something to kind of give it that little corkscrew shape, and I thought that was super cute. Now I'm just trying to decide if I want a Mrs. or a Mr. here. I ultimately decided that if I put it up as a Mrs., it covers a lot of the bunny shape, and I didn't want to take away from that. So I glued it down on the bottom to be a little bow tie for a little Mr. Bunny. The bow would be completely optional, and whatever your preference was. What do you guys think of this? I absolutely love this. It is such a cute little hanger. You can put this on a door. You can hang it from a peg on a shelf. You wouldn't even have to put the little hanging tag on the back. You could use this on a plate rack. I just absolutely love this. I love how this DIY turns out, and I just want you to know that this 100% came from the brain of Jamie over at Simple Roots Simple Living, and I will leave a link to the video where she made this and also her channel down there just so you can check her out if you want to, because she is so talented. But I loved this DIY, and it was so simple and perfect for spring. So I'm just taking one of the candle holders from Dollar Tree and one of the wire baskets, and I super glue them to one another. I did end up spray painting them black, which I probably really didn't need to do. I kind of thought I would sand this more and the black would shine through. So you can actually just go for it with skipping that step. That's why it didn't show me painting it all black. But I'm just taking a makeup sponge with a clothespin, and I am just dabbing some white chalk paint all over this. I will end up covering the whole thing. You could even just take this and just spray paint it completely white if you wanted to do that, which, you know, here I go, everything's totally white, and I ended up not sanding it down. But I make a rust color, and I love this rust on here. I think it looks so good. I take a brown, a maroon, an orange, and a yellow to make my rust, and I'll kind of go over the spots of where I want that rust texture to be, and then I'll even go in with just a teeny bit of yellow over and dab it on, because if you look at natural rust, it really does kind of sometimes have that little yellow fleck. And sometimes I mix a little baking soda in it to give it a good texture. It just depends on the project that I'm working on. You can make this as rusty as you want, or not at all if you want to skip that step. I just loved the fact that it looked like it had been sitting out like an egg basket, sitting out on the farm for a long time. Now I do go down on that riser, that little candle holder, and I do add a little bit onto that so it looks like it was rusted, and I use a brush to do it on there, and I am just tapping to give it that texture. And if you put baking soda in there, this will give it that nice rusty texture, how rust kind of bubbles. And I just do that till your heart's content or till it looks good. And then I just put a little Spanish moss and some eggs in it, and look at how adorable this is. I love this. I use it all the time in my spring decor. Actually, I ended up leaving this out through most of the summer last year with just some regular farm eggs in there, and it was so cute. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching these Dollar Tree DIYs. Did you have a favorite? Did one of them inspire you? I would love to know down in the comments, so be sure and let me know. Also, remember to check out that playlist link in my description box and see all of the wonderful other Easter DIYs that these talented creators have made for you. That way you can definitely have all of the Easter inspiration that you need. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Happy crafting! If you like the video that you just saw and you want to keep crafting together, here's another video that you might enjoy. And as always, remember to like and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.